What a week it's been. Ups and downs and scares and terror. Rich and Danny had to leave mid-show yesterday, so we'll get an update there. Plus, we got 5 on it. We're going to get to that. Putting money on the games this week. Plus,
a whole whopping $5.
A whole whopping $5.
Don't make it sound like you're dropping 5 G's.
Weekend hobnobbing, what you need to watch in the world of sports and entertainment, aside from all the great football this weekend. Again, I'm Steve Covino. Danny G, glad you're back. Glad everything's okay. He's here on the phone, super producing at 877-99 on Fox.
Danny G, you got light shed at your house or no?
Yeah, and
back on.
The street lights just came back on today at about 11 a.m.
Yeah, and what a scary, scary moment yesterday.
I talked to Danny last night, and you lived where fire trucks are going by, no electricity. I hear his kid crying. I'm like, oh man, Danny G's in a moment right now. I'll let you go, man. But it was scary at the end of yesterday's show. Danny G and I had to leave with 20 minutes left in the show. We both got calls saying yeah, you're in an evacuation zone. I was on the road I was like speed racer.
And Rich's fire, as the news develops, seems to be from an arsonist.
How crazy is that?
It is crazy. What's crazy is that the citizens of the Woodland Hills area, that community, took him down and held him down, detained him until the police got there. That was kind of cool to see.
It's like Police Academy 4, citizens on patrol.
Have you seen the footage, though?
I have. The dude had a little blowtorch and people are tackling him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love seeing that.
I was like, when they tackled him, they should have kicked him a little more.
But it went...
I would have, in my opinion, if I saw that in my neighborhood, arrest me. I would have maybe tried to severely hurt that guy.
Yeah, that was wild to see.
I'm not just holding him down. I'm holding him down and I'm going to hit him until the cops get there, and if he's alive, he's alive.
So I want to just update our sentiment as we carry on and continue through the show. It's been a crazy, tough week, and we've been shouting out all the first responders all week. Wherever you are, whoever you are, all the first responders, but especially the ones here in L.A., and that would be, all the medical people, the firemen, the police officers. We said the news reporters, because we questioned, do they have to be there, right there, putting their lives in danger? But yeah, they're painting the picture. Props to them, but props to the citizens that took down this piece of garbage, honestly. In my opinion, that guy is the lowest of the low.
Now, he may have done it, but he was apprehended by the police, but as of now, he has not been charged with arson. That was an update from a little while ago. He might have done it. I'm sure there's a lot of forensic stuff to be collected, but he has not been charged as of now.
Well, I hope they're able to prove it.
If you see a guy walking,
he had a blowtorch with him.
If you see a guy walking next door to a strip club and he has $201 bills in his pocket, what are you assuming? The guy was going to the strip club. This guy's going to the woods and he has a blowtorch? What is he doing? Roasting marshmallows?
No, there are people out there that are just mentally ill and they can't help themselves.
No excuse. Kill this guy.
Wow.
Do you think I'm supposed to lie to you? I think kill this guy.
It's a absolutely abominable act.
This guy deserves to be
abhorrent act.
Put to death by the law.
Well, it did prove our theory, right, and our speculation based on what we were hearing, what we were seeing in the communities that we live next to. Again, we're surrounded by the chaos in Sherman Oaks. That's where we're broadcasting live right now from the west side. We knew that some of these fires were natural disasters, right? It all seemed terrible. And then it also seemed to be suspicious. How are all these fires happening? Especially after the Studio City one. You're like, well, how did that happen?
And Henry Winkler comes out and he's like, I think it's arson. And people were like, hey, Fonz, settle down.
People just start going crazy once that stuff happens.
Turns out we learned another valuable lesson. Never doubt.
The Fonz?
The Fonz.
Never doubt the Fonz.
Hey.
Yeah, and the looting that's going on, the fires. But
it brings out the worst in people, too.
It really does. That's what I'm saying.
These moments
We're not saying all of it was arson, but a lot of it was.
I think it was.
I'm certainly not comparing this to 9/11, but the sentiment I'm about to share is when tragedy strikes, small level, big level, whatever you consider it, you see the best and the worst in people.
It's true.
You see the best in people coming together as a community. You see rescue workers and firemen, policemen. You see these people put their lives on the line for you. And then you see looters, people trying to start other fires. Have you seen the comments on social media? You'll want to go through Instagram and strangle these people.
It's gross.
There'll be a woman crying, I lost everything. And the comments, are disgusting.
They really are.
It's ugly.
It's the worst of
Honestly,
humanity.
it's like the worst of humanity and the best of humanity emerges in these times.
So, again, sending strength. And if you want to send more, redcross.org or donate.
I have a question.
There's a lot of people, a lot of animals that need help.
If you lost something,
yeah.
if you lost your home,
Mm-hmm.
and you see people mocking you in the comments, your instinct want to be like, I'm going to track down this person and kick him in the nuts.
No, you know
that
what?
wouldn't be your instinct. Like, I'm going to find these people.
And please, let's realize a few things. We're all very fortunate.
Oh,
right?
no doubt. Lucky as
It's been a scary week.
Don't worry
Everybody
about me.
here has been really fortunate to say, man, our houses are still there, but what a scare for everybody, again, surrounded by it. Thousands of people were affected, but Danny G and Rich got a taste of what it was like to be, ready to go. And Rich, I know you got emotional. I just want people to understand where you're coming from. You got pretty emotional yesterday in that moment because you thought you had to evacuate.
There was a moment where cops were in my neighborhood telling people, like, you might need to leave. And then you have this thought that you never thought you'd have in your life, which is...
Well, you're also thinking if I leave, people are going to potentially rob my house.
And on top of that, you're starting to think, grab my valuables. What are my valuables? Like passport, ID, like your checkbook for some reason. And then you're like old documents, the deed to my house, like my car information.
I hate to say it, not only because it's Fox Sports Radio, but you got to take that 1986 autographed Mets baseball.
Could I tell you something?
Yeah, you do. Those are assets worth money.
I was going to bring this up, and this is by no means trying to make light of anything. When I
No,
was going through my valuables,
those things, yeah.
I said, all right, because we started to do this. My wife had crates in the back of our SUV ready to roll. And she's like, what do you want me to add in there? Besides photo albums and some old memories from high school and college.
Important documents, obviously.
Other than documents and 1 or 2 boxes of memories, I'm not even joking. In a little bag, I put my 86 Mets baseball and my Mike Tyson boxing glove.
I'm not surprised.
So I was like, what else do I really... everything else is just stuff.
I agree with
that. That is one of the main parts of this is when you're dealing with something like this. Rich, I wasn't able to get through the wall of cars to get home. So Brenda had to go because there's one street in and one street out to get to the freeway where we're at. And back in that canyon, she knew because she's been through this 6 years ago or so. If you don't get out right away, you're stuck on those streets to get to the freeway. It took her 40 minutes to go 5 minutes to get to the 101 freeway.
So
she called me on the phone and she's like, what do you want? What do you want of yours? What are you... What's most important of yours to throw in the car right now? And meanwhile, I'm in the parking garage here trying to get there. Oof. I had no idea what to say. I'm like, birth certificate, social security card?
Make sure you get my Dodgers hats, my Raiders jerseys, my do-rags, and my sunglasses.
My Kobe Lakers jersey.
My Brett the Hitman Hart glasses.
But it is...
my Tupac mask.
Well, that's everything you listed is in my backpack already.
Can I tell you? It's,
you know what? But that's a really sad reality that everyone had to go through, and some people way worse than others, and that happened live on our show yesterday. So we're trying to just express, if you weren't here, that emotions are high.
Yeah, we were very lucky.
Yeah, it's been stressful.
I'm not taking anything for granted, but there are so many people that lost everything, and it is wild to see. Like I said, the great in people come out, and the awful people come out. And I don't take back what I said earlier. I got a couple stares in the room when I said, I hope that guy gets killed. I feel that in my heart of hearts. If some guy sets a community on fire for S and giggles, that guy should be hung by his toenails from some place. You think that guy deserves a happy time in prison or something? Get out of here.
No, I mean, he
get out of here, man.
He's owed the justice. He needs to go through due process. Is what I'm saying.
Set that guy on fire.
Well, I don't know if that's a part of due process, but he is. It's horrible if you're doing that. But if he's mentally ill, that's one thing.
You're too kind, I was saying.
No, listen, I was going off on people in text, when I look at an article and then on Facebook you can leave a little thumbs up emoji, a care emoji, a heart, and then you can do an angry and a laughing. And there were 7 people out of thousands, 7 people who left a little laughing emoji, and I'm like, I want to post that and be like, shame these people. Because they're disgusting. It's the people. It's like this. It's what I call state hate. It's like you live in a one state where the politics are much different from California, or live in a state, where.
I live in California.
Right.
Trust me, my politics don't match many people.
No, I
here.
know, but politically there's all kinds of mix of people in every state. So like we should, as a good American, you need to have people's backs when they are and they're miserable and going through bad things.
you know
Well,
what?
this story's still developing. Lots to unfurl and figure out. And, we should focus on the fact that communities are coming together.
And the great efforts of the rescue
the
workers.
great efforts, and how nice it was to hear from people I haven't heard from in years, just to see if we were okay and how things were. It was nice to see the humanity, the kind side of people.
Yeah.
Of course there's terrible people everywhere, and that's just the worst, but we also have seen a lot of good, and I hope more good comes of this. And Rich, on the flip side of things, and again, it's Fox Sports Radio. We mentioned this yesterday, and this just isn't to pander to sports because it's Fox Sports. We talk about everything here. It really does go to show you the beauty of sports and how important it is in our lives. You're going to tell me you didn't need that distraction last night? That football game in Iowa, Sam, you kept hitting us up, telling us what a great one it was. I was
really
watching. The world needed that distraction. There's only so much terrible footage of fires you could watch, especially when you're surrounded by it.
Covino's
You
right.
need these games. That's the beauty of it. That's why we love this. That's why we talk about it. That's why we have fun with it. Sometimes we take it too serious, but it's just like you need a vacation, Rich, to unwind and stress relief. You need that with your sports, your music, and whatever else it is.
There's a sense of, once my family made the decision, we're going to stay put. The evacuation order was like, we were on like alert. I was like, let's stay put.
Yeah, man, it's nerve-wracking.
I took a deep breath. I put on that football game, and again, this is not sports pandering.
Because it normalizes everything. We saw that with 9/11, dude. Wasn't that the start of we're getting back to normal? It normalizes you. It levels you out. It takes you away, even if it's just for a few hours.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. It really is.
Anyway, enough of miserable world events. We got a lot of fun to have today on today's show. We are gonna put 5 on it. We're gonna see who could hit, if anyone, in the studio. Every playoff season, I treat everyone, because I'm a big spender, $5 each. We'll do a 6 for 6 parlay.
Yeah.
Everyone in the room, and let's see if someone could hit a very difficult bet.
We're going to include one listener also, so be
Perfect.
listening out for when we ask you to call.
All right, if you want in on it, hit us up, 877-99 on Fox when we tell you.
But yeah, it's back to business today, but some scary moments yesterday. And you see people that lost everything, and you can only imagine what it must be like to start over. Like, where to even begin?
Can't even imagine.
Like those communities that, like, you see blocks and blocks, like the Palisades. You see, like, here's what it looked like during the holiday season. Here's what it looks like now. Like, what do you even, like, how do you begin? How do you begin to even understand it? Especially if you got little kids. How do you explain that to your little kids? Like, we're not going home. We don't have a home.
Lifetime of memories, generations of memories gone. Yeah, I know.
And
celebrities, non-celebrities. There's a lot of people who are like, they're not showing sympathy because what? I'm going to show sympathy for all these rich people, and it's gross, and I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on social media.
Oh, it's terribly
but
gross.
It's not just rich people. It's not just wealthy people. There was a lot of people affected by this.
Middle class, upper class, any class. This affected a lot of people, but that's also an odd sentiment that because someone has money, like you think it's like okay if they lose their home and everything? Like, that's wild to me. Like, what type of maniac are you? Oh, they got millions.
Oh, they'll be fine. Yeah.
They lost everything.
It's still a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And I saw a heartbreaking thing yesterday where a mother brought her 5-year-old son back to the site of where their home burned down, and he said, the chimney over there, that's where Santa just came through for Christmas, and now it's gone. And that just hit me sideways.
Yeah, look at the
Spot
comments.
was
Look
telling
at
me
the
about that,
comments.
yeah.
There's probably some a-holes.
J.O., yeah.
Just don't look at comments right now.
because they don't matter. I'm getting sick of seeing people's opinions all the time. They don't matter.
Right on,
So-
Sam. Right on.